All right, Joe, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, this is Tom.
And this is Joe.
And this is another episode of No Huntsville. This is kind of a special one, right? Mm-hmm. Dear to Huntsville.
Real dear.
We have a very special event coming up June 28th. It's going to be Sunday at the AM Boost Historic Lumberyard. We have Rick, Evan, and Amy to talk about it's going to be the historic Microwave Dave Day coming up. I mean, it's going to be a huge event to honor a local legend here, pretty much, right?
Absolutely.
So guys, thanks for coming in and talking about the day.
Thank you.
Big day, big day. So why don't we start off real quick with you guys' interpretation of who Dave is. Why are we giving this guy a day here in Huntsville?
Rick, go ahead, man.
Because,
you've been playing with him.
Yeah.
Well, let me preface this. Rick, you're the bassist. You've been the bassist for like 20-some years in Microwave Dave and the Nukes,
we started
right?
the band in '89, and
OG.
I pretty much owe more to him than anybody. He showed me where to find the root notes for the different keys and how to play the bass, pretty much, to start the band. So, and I've been lucky enough to be on the other side of the stage to see how he operates. And,
right.
He's just had an impact on so many people. That's why this happened. This is all a grassroots thing that came from his fans who just wanted to show him.
Yeah, this
their
is not something.
appreciation.
This is not something Dave came up with.
He wanted no part of this. He wanted no part of it.
And yeah, he's kind of the reluctant hero here, right? He's kind of like, but
Yeah.
I mean, this really, like you were saying, it came up from his fans and just the people that love him and know that what an influence he's been in, right?
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that, Evan.
Besides just being a dear friend, beyond the years of music booking, Low Mill and other places, Dave has been one of the first to volunteer his time and his talent to be involved in community events, from tsunami benefits to tornado benefits to Love Fest to basically anything I've been involved in. Dave is usually one of the ones that will call me before I call him. Nice. Ready to go. I mean, these are events that we will put together in 2 weeks. Not 6 months, 2 weeks. Right. And he's one of the first. He and Alan Little and Charlie Howe and Jim Cavender just calling me right away. When can we do this?
And I assume once Dave's name gets attached to a project, then stuff gets done, right?
Absolutely so. Absolutely.
So it's a big deal that he gets involved in some of these things.
Yeah, yeah.
And so we have Amy McCarley here. It's local singer, songwriter. We've had in the studio here, friend of the show. Woo! So also involved in this event. So tell me how you got involved in the event, and also we need to talk about the event itself. But talk to me a little about what Dave has kind of meant to you here with this event.
I've known of Dave since the early 90s, just kind of kicking around Huntsville, and was aware of his music and a fan. It wasn't until the late 90s that we really connected and formed a friendship, and since then, then he always just kind of nurtured me as an artist, and it's been a really positive force in my life, and just being able to watch him and how he conducts himself, and how I just learned so much from him personally and also musically. Recently we've been working together, and he's been teaching me stuff on the guitar, which, you'd think I might have done that a few years ago, like learn how to play. but I figured, just go ahead with the inspiration, and then, learn to play the instrument later. So that's what I've been doing recently with Dave, but ongoing just for, it's been 15 some odd years, 16, 17, just appreciating him and his impact on the community. So I got involved with the event, sort of how Evan did, just kind of got pulled in to Allison Lewis's, just her idea of let's make a day to celebrate Dave. And I was asked to sort of present the idea to him, and just kind of.
So you broke the news. You broke the news to
the awful news.
The awful news that Dave. And then so that's funny though. Tell me the reaction right off the first reaction he had to you telling him that.
Well, I waited a while because I was hoping that we'd be in town together, and I could see face to face what was going on and get, kind of talk him out of the tree, sort of thing. But I was actually in Austin on tour. I called him. He was somewhere else too, and his first response was, I need some time. I don't know that I can do this. It doesn't sound right. And he was concerned about things like, there's so many people in this town who are so well deserving. I'm already so celebrated. It's to an embarrassing extent. This tribute idea is something that happens for dead people. I'm not planning my own funeral. Or this kind of reeks of benefits sort of thing, and that's not, And so kind of had to work with him to get him to understand that, we really wanted to honor him, and we wanted just all of his fans to have a chance to come together at the same time and place and just give him a high five about his ongoing contributions to the community.
Right.
So, so he kind of went back and told the group, well, this is what he said, and there was a period where we thought maybe it's not going to happen. And,
by the way, though, it's somebody who's deserving of this type of recognition, that's kind of the reaction you want them to have, right? A little bit of reluctantness, a little bit of, I don't want to be the spotlight. Because if they're eager on it, you're like, oh. Well. But that's kind of the way you kind of want somebody who deserves it to kind of respond to it, right? Yeah.
Right. Well, the pivotal moment I think was when I came back to the group and I had that sort of here's what the intel is, and we're sort of waiting to see what happens, and the aspect of the money and what's going to happen on the day and everything. Rick came up with the idea of forming the Microwave Dave Music Education Foundation,
right?
Which is sort of a way that Dave can continue his outreach in the community, and
we're playing in the schools.
So talk a little bit about that.
He's been doing that forever, Panoply for about 25 years, but he does a really good history lesson combined with the music, and it really gets the kids' attention and keeps them interested in it.
Well, I can imagine the dude's like an encyclopedia of blues and just music in general.
Well, he's also been doing 2 blues programs on the public
radio,
so he's very well read and
or WLRH,
blues, and he's an encyclopedia.
He knows.
I bet the kids love him too.
They do.
Because he looks like Santa Claus.
Dude, best even that. Just the humbleness and everything.
Exactly.
And combined with the talent and how good he is.
Right.
What he does,
it's wonderful.
He really does a good job at that. And it's a way for him to give back, because he told me on a personal level when he was a kid in school, they brought a band in and he saw that, and he knew right then that's what he wanted to do was, so he joined the school band, started playing trumpet, and so he knows the impact that can have on a kid because it happened to him personally. So I just think it's so cool that he can return that, and after doing that several times, we always get emails. My kid wants to be a blues guitarist now. He says, "I'm sorry."
Well, one thing he wanted to make clear in with the foundation that he's excited, and it sort of ties into the event and what all is going to happen there and everything. He was very emphatic about the idea of having just a wide breadth of talent represented on the stage on Microwave Dave Day, the inaugural Microwave Dave Day, which is another point to make. This is the first one, and we hope to continue this tradition. You want to make sure a lot of, there's a good non-genre specific representation of talent in the city. And
we've got so many excellent musicians, and we take it for granted. But as you travel around and you go to other cities and you hear bands play, and you're thinking, "Man, these guys couldn't work in Huntsville." But we take it for granted here. But there's always been excellent musicians around this place.
Right. And so one thing that I didn't understand until actually last night we were talking, and he wants he wants it to be clear. He's not going to receive money from the foundation. He wants to still continue to do his service work but he's like, I don't know about the guys, like the Nukes.
He's mad at us now.
He wants you guys to be paid. He just felt that it was an area where it would be nice, you know. He said, what if, you know, the people that are going to perform, you know, what if those people are in the schools and so many other musicians that we have in the area. He thought it would be nice for them if, you know, they were able to get receive a fee for their performance, you know, and just to have it be music for music's sake, because apparently that's not something that necessarily happens. It needs to be tied in with some kind of something awareness day, and then as a side shoot here. Oh, and by the way, here's this music. Is that right, Rick?
Sounds right to me.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about the day specifically, right? So it's going to be at the Lumberyard, the AM Booth Historic Lumberyard, right? It's going to be from 3 to 9. It's a Sunday, June 28th. So when someone comes, so let's get something straight. And the public can come. Anybody can come to the event, right?
Everybody's invited. Yes.
There's a suggested $10 donation, and that donation money goes to the
foundation.
The foundation.
It'll be a non-profit foundation.
Right. So when someone comes to it, what are we going to see on that day at the place? So what are we going to see and hear, and what's going on there?
It's 3 to 9 event.
Right.
Beginning the event is something real special. We didn't think the mayor was going to be involved, but now he is, and we're very thrilled, especially after the proclamation a couple weeks ago.
Which just, a couple weeks ago.
That was awesome.
Local reporter Joe Orozco covered that
Joe
event.
was there.
Good job, Joe. Good coverage.
You got the best coverage.
I think it was the best coverage.
Hanging with the mayor.
It was the shakiest.
So it's real exciting. The first thing that will happen, even before any of the music, will be Microwave Dave accepting the key to the city.
A physical key.
Absolutely.
An actual key.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we're so thrilled to open the day that way.
Right. Makes it official then.
Absolutely. And then starting right after that, it'll be a wide variety of local musicians.
All local musicians.
All local musicians.
Boom.
Some in their normal capacity, some not. It'll be a mix. It'll be brand new for a lot of people. They'll be seeing these musicians in a different setting than they normally do.
So they might be playing with other musicians that they normally don't play with. They're going to mix it up on stage.
It's like
and
a
stuff
showcase.
Yeah.
Of like
A variety show.
That's awesome.
Absolutely.
So they're going to see some music. You said there's some kid events going on there as well, right?
We'll have Gabrielle there. She's an incredible face painter. She's been face painting all events around Huntsville for years.
All over the place. She's good.
And then we'll have little art projects for the kids as well. We'll have food trucks outside. So it'll be family friendly, super fun for everybody.
Cool.
All
And if
ages.
you don't know where the Lumberyard is, where's the Lumberyard? It's next to
Cleveland and Meridian,
Okay.
right behind the Lone Goose and Sandwich Farm, I think they're called. Yeah,
Sandwich Farm, right? And
Just right
furniture
behind.
factories in that area, that whole area right
Absolutely.
there, right?
Yep.
And you guys are gonna continue with the blues jam, right?
Yeah, that's
Later
what
that night?
we wanted to bring up. Freddie Faust, who has been involved over at the Coffee Clutch doing the Sunday Night Blues Jam, as well as James, and Rick's been involved, and all the great musicians that have kept that tradition going. Now they're doing their Sunday Night Blues Jam at the Lone Goose, which will be the big after party. So when we're trying to clean the place up, we want to get everybody out of there. Then we just say, go to Lone Goose, get a beer, because it's going to be a huge after party.
And Joe was going to do that anyway, so it's going to be perfect.
Danny and
It'll work out
Margaret,
for you.
the Lone Goose owners, great people.
They know you
Go
well.
visit it.
All right.
Everybody knows me.
Okay, so again, that's Microwave Dave Day, June 28th, Sunday from 3 to 9, AM Booth's Historic Lumberyard. You can get more information at microwavedaveday.com. You have your own website, which you can go there and check it out. There's some Facebook coverage on it as well. I think if you look up Microwave Dave Day on Facebook, you'll be able to see it. Rick, Evan, and Amy, thanks for coming in and talking about it. We're really excited about a day.
It's gonna be fun.
For a guy who completely deserves it. I mean, it's going to be a cool event, and how great that it's local, Huntsville, kind of homegrown, good music, and a great event. Guys, thanks so much for coming in and talking to us about it.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.
All right, we'll see you there. And Huntsville will be covering the event, so it's going to be great. Yes, we'll be there. Oh, and then, all right, good. Yeah, we'll clap. And then also, we want to promote Southern Growler once again, since Evan is here. SouthernGrawler.com. I mean, look at these growlers here. You can't beat that. It's complete artwork. Got our names on some of them right here.
Yep.
Great bunch of guys doing great stuff over there. SouthernGrawler.com. And then, of course, no Huntsville promo. Get you 10% off.
Oh, yeah.
Can't beat that. So check those guys out. Again, Microwave Day. Let's give it up for Microwave Day. We're going to have a great time. It's going to be cool. Thanks so much. All right. Got it?
Got it.
We didn't talk about the drug dogs.
No,